Okay, so let's be real. Anyone can build an app these days, but getting people to actually see it, that's the real mountain to climb. So how do you break through all that noise? Well, in this explainer, we're going to unlock the modern app marketer's toolkit.
Yeah, this is the question, right? The one that keeps every app creator up at night. You've poured your heart and soul into building something brilliant, but if it's just sitting there, buried on page 50 of the App Store, does it even really exist?
And that's the hard truth of the app world today. I mean, it is one of the most competitive arenas on the planet. Success isn't just about having a great product anymore, not by a long shot. It's about backing that product up with a killer marketing strategy and, you guessed it, the right tools.
Okay, so how do you even begin to navigate all this? It's definitely not about just grabbing a bunch of tools and hoping for the best. No, the real secret is building a strategic system, what we call a stack, that's going to support your app's entire journey, from day one all the way to the top.
We can actually break this whole journey down into 3 key stages. Think of it like a space mission. First, you've got the launch pad, where you're preparing for takeoff. Then, the ascent, where you're blasting off and gaining users. And finally, navigating orbit, which is all about long-term sustainable success. So, let's kick things off at stage 1.
All right, stage 1, the launch pad. This is literally your pre-flight check. It's all that crucial foundational work you have to do before you even think about hitting that launch button. We're talking about crafting incredible visuals and drumming up that first wave of buzz.
And a huge part of that starts with great design. Now, this usually boils down to 2 creative powerhouses, Canva and Figma. Think of it like this. Canva is all about speed. It's perfect for marketing teams who need to pump out social posts and ads like right now. Figma, on the other hand, is built for deep collaboration. That's where your product and design teams live, building out the app's interface and the really core marketing assets together.
Okay, your visuals are looking sharp. Now it's time to actually get the word out, to get that buzz going. For just scheduling and optimizing your posts, a tool like Buffer is fantastic. It even has AI now to help you write captions, which is pretty cool. But if you need to go deeper, to really listen to what the market is saying, that's where bigger teams turn to something like Hootsuite. It lets them track trends and manage their brand's reputation in real time.
All right, we're ready for takeoff. Welcome to stage 2, the ascent. So, you've launched. Congrats! But this is where the real work begins. This stage is really a 2-part challenge. First, you've got to get users in the door. And second, and arguably the much harder part, you have to convince them to actually stick around.
So, that first part is called user acquisition. And trust me, it's a science. It's all about data. You've got tools like branch.io, which are amazing for creating these super smooth journeys. Like, a user clicks an ad and lands exactly on the right page inside your app. That's huge for conversion. Then there's AppsFlyer, which answers the million-dollar question, which of my ads are actually bringing in users and where should I be putting my budget?
But look, getting a download is only half the battle, right? I mean, what's the point if someone downloads your app, opens it once, and then crickets? They never come back. This brings us to the absolute monster of a challenge, retention.
The name of the game here is engagement, and you've got a few different ways to tackle this. You can try to predict who might be about to leave, and then win them back with a perfectly timed message using a tool like Localytics, where you can unify all your messages, SMS, email, push notifications, into one seamless conversation with a platform like Airship. And, maybe most importantly, you can just listen. Apptentive is great for that, gathering user feedback so you can actually improve your app based on what people want. And that brings us to our final stage, navigating orbit. So, you've got users, they're sticking around, now what? The goal now shifts to long-term sustainable success. This is where you graduate from just raw growth to really intelligent, data-driven optimization. It's all about using deep analytics to stay ahead of the competition. And to really crush it here, you need to think in layers of data. 3 layers to be exact. First, you've got Google Firebase. That tells you what users are doing inside your app, the micro view. Then you zoom out with something like Data.ai. That gives you the big picture, showing you how you stack up against the entire market. And finally, you zoom in on your rivals with Apptopia, which gives you intel on what your direct competitors are up to right now. Each one gives you a totally different but totally essential piece of the puzzle.
Yeah, success in this stage isn't a one-and-done thing. It's a constant cycle, a loop. It goes like this. You measure what's happening with a tool like Mixpanel. You benchmark yourself against the competition with Data.ai. Then you come up with a hypothesis, a theory, like, Hey, I bet if we change this button color, we'll get more signups. You test that theory using something like AppMySite, and then you learn and you repeat the whole thing. You're just getting smarter and smarter with every single cycle.
Oh, and let's not forget the foundation that holds all of this up, App Store Optimization, or ASO. This is so important. This is how people find you for free just by searching. It's the battle for organic discovery, and tools like AppRadar or the Tool.io are absolutely essential here for tracking keywords, seeing what competitors are doing, and just climbing up those App Store rankings.
Okay, so we've been through the Launchpad, we've powered through the Ascent, and we're navigating Orbit. So what's the big takeaway from all of this? It's pretty simple, actually. These tools can't just be a random collection. They can't work in silos. The real goal is to build one single integrated marketing stack.
And this quote right here, it just nails it. The most successful marketing teams operate using integrated AI-powered workflows. You see, the future isn't about having a big toolbox. It's about building an intelligent system where all the data and insights just flow seamlessly from one tool to the next. And that right there is the key. The whole point isn't to just collect a bunch of different software subscriptions. It's to build a true marketing stack, a single unified system where your creative tools, your social media, your analytics, and your engagement platforms all work together as one incredibly powerful growth engine.
So we'll leave you with this one last question to think about. Building a great app, that's a massive achievement for sure. But the real question every single creator has to ask themselves is this: have you also built the growth engine that's going to make it fly? Thanks for tuning in.